Good morning, good morning. Turn on the marquee lights. Good morning tonight. Good morning, good morning. Broadway is feeling bright. Good morning tonight. When the theaters shut their doors, we were so sad and blue. Now we're bringing back Broadway in our Tuesday night review. So good morning. Good morning. We'll make you feel all right. Good morning. Good morning. Tonight for you. Good morning. Good morning tonight.
What a take.
And now, live from New York City, it's Good Morning Tonight.
Good morning. I'm Michael Hull.
And I'm Jackie Cox.
And welcome to
Good Morning Tonight. Oh
It's
my
on
goodness.
a little bit of a delay, Jackie.
That's okay. So for the kids wondering, we are taking it old school. Michael and I couldn't be physically together this week, so we are through the magic of technology.
Live via satellite. And it's, you know what? It's a Tuesday, so we're here because, you know what? It's 7 o'clock, and that means that if all was right in the world, now is the time that theater people would be springing from their beds, warming up their gifts, hopping on a crowded A train, and headed to the theater district for another night of the magic of live theater.
That's true, Michael, but that's still not happening because Broadway is still dark, even though there are signs and little inklings of reopenings. But Broadway is still dark. And I know, Michael, you and I are still missing the razzle and dazzle of live theater. Mm-hmm. So we're here to say good morning and welcome to this morning show just for us nighttime theater people.
Yes, and what a show it is going to be. You guys, we've got an interview with Broadway stars, new parents, and now wine purveyors, Patti Murin and Colin Donnell. We filmed their interview a few nights ago so that Jackie and I could sit with them. It was very Oprah style. It's pre-filmed. But Jackie and I caught up with them a few nights ago so we could film it after dark so that we could have a drink with them after their daughter was asleep for the night. And I have been laughing like a crazy person while editing and getting this interview ready for tonight's air. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy it just as much as I do.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I got a little wine drunk, so you guys get to enjoy that happening once more. Plus, we are getting a serious scoop because director-producer Holly-Anne Devlin is working on something very cool and somewhat secretive to celebrate the resilience of the theater community, but she's joining us live tonight to give us an exclusive about what we should be keeping our eyes peeled for.
Yes.
But before we get to that, can we talk about, this has been a big week, Michael.
It has been a very big week. Jackie, how are you? I really miss us sitting next to each other, but...
Well, we can imagine.
It's nice to see you in this modern, technological way that we see people now.
Yeah.
How are you? How's it going?
I'm good. I'm sipping my delicious Good Morning Tonight mug, which we will find a way, for those in the comments who want one, let us know. We're trying to kind of get a gauge of what, if anyone wants one, and then see if there's a way we can get them in your hands so you can sip a beverage with us as you watch with us.
Believe it or not, it's hard to get a mug to one of you. We're really trying, but we're going to figure it out. We're gonna get you mugs. Those of you who want mugs, Jackie, I mentioned this in the intro. I made an Oprah joke.
Yeah, tell me.
I made an Oprah joke, but did you watch the Oprah interview yet?
I did watch the Oprah interview. I tweeted about it because it was very shocking to me. And I got such an interesting set of responses. Some people saying I had no idea what I was talking about. Other people saying, why are you surprised? Of course we knew this was happening. So I don't really know. Look, I don't pretend to know what goes on in Buckingham Palace. I've not been. But that interview, if what the things Meghan Markle said are true, that is quite some serious bombshells that were just dropped.
I mean, my jaw was on the floor. I don't watch any of the royal television shows.
You don't watch The Crown?
No, but I would watch that interview again because I was like gooped and gagged, as I think some queens would say.
It was quite, and we, as serious interviewers ourselves, of course, have had many goop and gag moments, but nothing quite like this, Michael.
I will say, this sounds insane, but watching it now that you and I have done 20-some, almost 30 episodes of the show, watching it, I was like, excellent interviewing, Oprah. Yes, I see what you're doing there. Yes, I feel like, I am far, far behind Oprah, but you and I have just been slowly honing our interviewing skills.
Yeah, she has about 40 years experience on us, but that's okay. We'll catch up at some point.
Slowly but surely. So the
Slowly but
Oprah interview
surely.
was crazy, and then I don't think we've gotten a chance to talk about this yet on the show. There's this new show on Disney Plus called WandaVision. Have you watched yet?
Haven't heard. As I have like my Agatha cameo on. My look today, I was like, what if Agatha was a newscaster? Of course she wears her purple.
I mean, she does it all.
And then, she does it all. And then I thought, what can I make Michael wear purple too? And so here we are.
It was Michael Hull all along. But yeah, so it's done. It's done. How do you feel? I know you're a big fan. You also released a whole photo series this week.
The series is not done though. So the WandaVision is done. My photo series, Jackie Vision, is not done. There
Right.
are more to come. We just started tiptoeing into the 80s today. If you haven't checked that out, that's on my my Instagram and my TikToks. We just started tiptoeing into the 80s today. But I have more to come. And I think there's more to come from Wanda for sure, as it's announced that she's been going to be part of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. But, I think fan favorite Catherine Hahn, this is not the last we've seen of her.
Yes.
I don't
But
think
you
it's
felt good.
last.
I know the camp was a little divided about that last, for now, episode of WandaVision. You felt like you got what you came for? You felt like they did you right?
I feel like I got 70% of what
Okay.
I wanted.
You know what?
I'd rather have 70% of Wanda
I was
or
gonna say-
any. Sorry, that's a musical theater song that only gays in New York City know.
It's a niche joke, Jacqueline. It's a niche joke. My goodness. But okay, great. You know what? I'll take it, and I can't wait to see what else is coming from the Jackie Cox WandaVision, the Jackie Vision.
Yeah,
universe.
more jazzercise for sure, and maybe some more video content. And there is something that Jackie Vision, the series, is going to culminate in that I can't announce just yet, but stay tuned because it's not just a social media blitz. It's also going to be something else. So stay tuned.
Oh my goodness.
Stay tuned. That's all I'll say.
Well, I can't wait. You guys, this is going to be an exciting episode. We are also, Jackie and I love when we get to be in the comments, and because we have some pre-tape action going on tonight, we are going to be diving into those comments. We're going to hang out with you guys. And like I said, I really think you're going to enjoy our first guest of the evening. Get excited because first up tonight, we have an interview with two incredible artists who also happen to be a real-life Broadway power couple. She has appeared on Broadway in Xanadu, Lysistrata Jones, and most recently as the OG original Princess Anna, or as I like to call her, the never-ending workhorse of Disney, in Disney's Frozen. She also toured the country as Galinda in Wicked. I said Galinda, so I'm at the top of the show. It's always like, which one's going to come out?
Yeah,
she toured
she
as
toured as
Galinda. Both Galinda and Glinda in Wicked.
Wow.
She's headlined countless off-Broadway and regional shows, and her voice has made her a favorite of New York City concert venues from 54 Below to Sony Hall.
And he has been seen on stage as Troy Bolton in High School Musical.
Is there more?
No. I mean, yes, he's done a lot more, but that's all I wanted to talk about, and I'm very excited.
Jackie?
Okay, fine. He has starred on television in hit shows like Arrow, The Affair, and Pan Am, just to name a few, and has been seen on Broadway in Jersey Boys, Anything Goes, and Violet. Plus, he's toured the country in hits like Wicked and Mamma Mia.
Yes, together they have starred in the NBC series Chicago Med, in the Hallmark film Love on Iceland, and in Shakespeare in the Park's Love's Labour's Lost.
And during this year of Broadway shutdown, they've been very busy. They've made a real-life human child and a wine. Not
Both.
at the same time, maybe at the same time. But we sat down with them earlier this week to chat about all of it. So let's welcome to the show the incredibly talented Patti Murin and Colin Donnell. Hello!
We're dying over here.
Good morning tonight.
Good morning tonight, guys. Welcome to the show.
Good morning tonight.
Yay, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
we are so excited. Normally we would be cheersing you with our mugs, but we don't have mugs today, do we, Michael?
We don't. We're trading those mugs in for something a little more grown up in honor of your new wine that you just released. I'm very excited about it. This bottle has been sitting on my countertop all day, like staring at me and just waiting for me to
begging.
open it. So before I open this, tell us about 11 o'clock number, your new wine.
Yeah. So my friend Stephen Amell, who was the star of Arrow on the CW for so many years, a while back, he started a wine company called Knocking Point Wines with one of his best friends and who is now his business partner. And one of the coolest things that they do is do collaborations to make wines that also have a charitable contribution part to them. And I think Patty's going to get our own bottle of wine, so we might be joining you guys.
Oh,
with some-
delicious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop
So
this open.
during all of this, Stephen and Drew reached out and said, hey, I think it's time for us to finally do something. And we know that your industry is having a really tough time right now. So we'd love to collaborate on a wine and have the proceeds go to whatever charity you guys want. We decided, of course, it would go to the Actors Fund. We were so inspired by all the work that Black Theater United was doing.
Mhm.
And it unfortunately creating the wine coincided with the community losing Rebecca Luker. So we decided that we would also benefit Project ALS with the wine as well.
That's amazing. And I have to tell you, it comes highly recommended to us by way of Justin Guarini.
Yes.
All
Big
right.
fan of your
He
wine
was
by
drinking
way
it
of
on the show last week and was
Mhm.
like,
I just adore
Nina
him.
West, big
Oh.
fan of your wine.
My
This has
God.
been everywhere, so I'm excited to pour out a glass.
Yes.
Also, I'm just gonna say this as a, someone who's been, dealing with the pandemic. I don't know if you've heard of it. Thanks for making this a twist top. I don't have time.
Yes.
I don't do corkscrewing.
I will say, I think most of Knocking Point wines are
They are.
twist tops.
I order at least 10 bottles from them a month.
You should. I mean, in all seriousness, we're very biased about our own wine, but it's really good, and all of their wines are delicious. And I'll let you guys be the judge, of course.
All right, well,
Great
cheers.
rosés, they have great
Cheers.
Cheers to
wine,
you all.
Cheers. Thank
Cheers.
you guys
Oh
for
my goodness.
supporting.
Yeah, there's a little cute message from you guys on the back saying "See you at the bar," and I love it. It's got red curtains, which is also the set of Good Morning Tonight, as you may have noticed. So
It's
Speaking,
just the Broadway, symbolism. Mhm.
yeah, and I was gonna say, speaking of Broadway symbolism and 11 o'clock numbers and getting back to Broadway, Patti, you and I are gonna appear this coming week in a little gig, a little shindig. It's called We Will Be Back.
Yeah, it's
I'll be
like
standing off to the side with our daughter.
with the baby.
Yeah,
Oh
Which is-
my gosh, how old is she now?
she'll be almost
almost
8
8
months.
I know. It's like the first 4 months went by, I feel like very slowly with her. And then all of a sudden it's like every time I blink, I'm like, you're a half month older. You're a half month older. It's just, yeah.
I have a recurring appointment in our calendar on the day of her birthday that says Cecily is 1 month older with a big frowny face attached to
Oh, well, is she
Oh,
sleeping through the
goodness.
night now?
it. She is.
Oh,
Upstairs
well,
right now.
cheers
I
to
was-
that.
I was
That
gonna
is
say-
the biggest win of 2021.
we do our show at 7, but behind the scenes tip, you guys, we're taping this closer to 8 tonight. So Patti and Colin are like ready to go. The kid is down for the night. We're cheersing. It's adults only after dark.
I showered.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
You did yesterday.
I did yesterday.
I wore jeans all day because I went out to the post office.
Look at you,
Ooh.
adulting in a
I
I
pandemic.
know.
Well, let me tell
Yeah,
you guys,
that
and
way.
this is the last we'll formally talk about it. But the only place I'm going after this is knockingpointwines.com.
Thank you for that.
And I have to say, I mean, like, obviously I want everyone to buy 11 o'clock number because, you know, it's ours and it benefits the organizations that we love so much. However, after you put like 6 of these in your cart, truly, you know, they just do such great work for, you know, I think a lot of their collaborations benefit a charity, and the wine is really good. Like, there was a point where I was like, am I exclusively drinking Knocking Point right now?
Pretty much. It's the only thing in our fridge.
You also, Colin, have been busy during this lockdown. Your new band, the 1920, has a similarly named album that just dropped, Chaos and Cocktails. You've been very busy during this pandemic.
I had a lot of energy to get out and a lot of feelings to get out, especially towards the beginning. You know, towards the beginning of all this, when Patti was pregnant and then got sick, got COVID and got sick. I don't know. It was I like a lot of people was sort of in my feelings a lot, and one of the ways that I dealt with it was through some songwriting. And Brian Usper, who was the music director at Frozen, we've been friends for years and years, and we had happened to have a conversation randomly about maybe making some music together. So when all this kicked off and we were stuck inside, we thought, hey, why not? Let's give this a shot. And we found a way to write, record, produce, mix, master the entire EP, all without ever seeing each other in person once. It's been awesome. I'm really looking forward to putting more out there for people.
Oh, we can't wait. And speaking of working well together, you two have worked a lot together. Okay, to be honest. I know you've already told People Magazine, but tell our viewers, was it a love at first sight, or was it more of that long drawn out romantic comedy of these two again?
No. We met in like 2006 or so at a friend's birthday party.
At a bar.
Mm-hmm.
At a High School Musical viewing party, be honest.
High School Musical. This was actually, was this pre-high school? Oh no, this was post-High School Musical.
Yes.
Yes, it was. Yes. Because I know you're excited about conduit, but I was the original Sharpay on stage, like ever.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Patti Murin, how did I not know this?
Yeah, so I did it in Atlanta.
Wait, did you first put it on stage. Information?
Yeah.
Wait,
I know,
so
it's weird, right?
You're a Sharpay and he's a Troy, different productions.
Yeah.
But that's the pair that it should have been.
But you're a Glinda, he's a Fierro, different productions.
That doesn't bode well. This isn't.
Somehow we're making it work.
I would argue that Troy and Gabriella, are they really right for each other? I think Troy needs a Sharpay in his life to like make stuff happen.
That's the other thing. It's like that's like the thing about like Troy. Like, doesn't anyone really care about Troy and Gabriella? No, because who got the spinoff? It was Sharpay.
Yeah.
It's true.
Listen, you're our very own Troy Sharpay power couple.
OTP.
You did it off stage, the OTP.
It's a multiverse, yes. Yeah.
In the multiverse.
In the multiverse.
I would argue as well, like, I mean, Fierro, he ends up a scarecrow. So I don't know if staying with the green girl was that great for him either.
I mean, I can't
Unpopular opinions by Jackie Cox here at Good Morning Tonight.
Unpopular opinions by Jackie Cox.
Hey-o.
Get it? Because it's unpopular. Because like,
yeah, it's a wicked joke. I make a lot of those.
Okay, so it's okay. It's very welcome here.
So you did different tours of Wicked. You did Love's Labor's Lost, maybe fell in love, but
so we were friends for years before it. I went off and got married to somebody else, and then he went off and did Arrow. And when we did Love's Labor's Lost, it was actually right after I got divorced and right after he got killed off of his TV show. So we were both in a bad mood. But because we were friends, you know, we just sort of it actually worked really well because there was really no BS to sort of get through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was no like, and it started as like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess. But like, you know, we called it The Summer to Love because it was just like, it was a magical production with magical people. And the late Michael Friedman was, you know, he wrote the music, and it was just one of those wonderful, wonderful things that just happened. And, you know, by the end of the summer, we were like, oh, I guess this is a thing.
It's gonna work.
I think it might work.
Yeah.
And now we have a baby.
Now we have a kid.
And now
So
you have
definitely
created a
has to work.
human spin-off.
Made a person. It's our spin-off. That's so great. I'm gonna call her a spin-off.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I love it.
Patty's on board.
Reboot? I don't know. Like it's like what isn't that like the school these days?
Version
It's like,
2.0.
Yeah, like this.
my
She's
goodness.
like the spin-off. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So you've been in lockdown. You made a spinoff in the form of your very own daughter. You made a wine. And I don't think I'm breaking any news here, but you're in the process of making, I heard rumblings from the good folks at Broadway Records that you're in the process of developing an album, question mark? Is that something we can look forward to?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have any firm dates for you, but we've been working with the good people over at Broadway Records.
It's exciting because it really taps into like his sort of like rock side and my like, you know, musical theater nerd side. But we both sort of get to do a bit of each other's thing too, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I'm really excited actually.
It's going to be really special. We were actually just the other day listening to some of the arrangements that are coming out, and it's going to be a cool mix.
Yeah.
Really
Can you
exciting.
tell
We
us?
can't wait. We can't
I don't
wait.
want to push the envelope, but can you tell us anything about what the vibe of this album might be? What kind of music you might be singing? Can you tease
Michael,
us
I
with
say
anything?
ask these hard-hitting questions.
Just really,
Yeah.
go for it. It is a news show, after all.
Very real news show.
It is. I will say it's eclectic.
Mhm. Yes. Johnny Cash.
There's
Frozen 2.
there's
Not together.
there's a little bit of rock and roll. There's a little bit of country.
There's a lot of musical.
There's a lot of musical theater.
Yeah.
So I think we're doing an album for Broadway Records and for our fans who know us from Broadway, which is really cool. But we're showing a little bit of a different side of us, and we wanted to try to stray away from anything that was totally straightforward Broadway. I think. On the whole. Is that right?
I mean, I think so.
So we're not getting anything from Paint Your Wagon. Okay. That's fine.
Unfortunately.
It is.
Can I
There's
wait?
an
It's one of my
80s
favorites.
new wave version of it, though.
Oh, okay. I can't wait. Like as if recorded Paint Your Wagon.
Paint Your Wagon.
Yeah, or think like a lot of Phil Collins drum solos.
Oh, okay.
The sound of mute now.
You're joking, but I would buy this record. I'm not.
I
even
mean, that's
kidding.
now I'm like, wait, can we?
Maybe that'll be
Ethel
volume
Merman
2.
has a disco album, so stranger
That's
things
right.
have happened.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
I remember there's a disco album, and honestly, it slaps.
I mean, I feel like it's very like, I feel like now it's like, that actually makes a lot of sense. Now
Why
that
not?
everything is like, who cares of what anyone does? You're like, just make it fun. And that's it.
That's the key, right? Is just to make it fun.
Just make it fun.
And I know,
and commit. That's it.
Totally. And I think too, for us, in the arts, it's always that fight of like, how do I keep finding that fun and fighting against, especially when there is so much negativity out there, as Patti, I know you've dealt with online. I've certainly dealt with online. It can definitely make you feel like, why am I doing this? This isn't fun anymore. When the whole, the first thing you learn in like theater camp before you even go to an actual acting class is if you have fun, your audience has fun. And I think being able to find that fun for yourself is always like the never ending battle we face, even though our minds zoom in on those negative things, to zoom out and realize, oh, wait, this is something fun that people are enjoying and I'm enjoying.
Yeah. And that was actually one of the things that someone said this. I don't remember if it was someone that said this to me or I read it somewhere. I don't even know. But don't read the comment section, right? Of course, don't read the comment section. But I think that the really the thing that really spoke to me was when if I read this, they were like, don't read the comment section. You'll always find what you're looking for. Because let's be honest. We're not reading them to be like, I'm good. Wait, what? I'm sorry. I didn't hit that note correct. You know what I mean? Like that is out of 1,000 comments. Yeah. We're probably going to fixate on the one that's bad.
The one bad.
So that makes you wonder, like, what am I actually going to it for? And that was the point where I was like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Like you'll always find what you're looking for. That was the thing about Frozen is that, obviously there was a lot of thoughts all the time, when I was cast, when we were all cast, when we were all, because people have such a bond with that movie. And
and they think they own it.
yes, it is. It's an ownership over it. It
you
really,
think you
it
own
truly
you
is.
own your version of Princess Anna, and anything else. I'm sure Kristen Bell got crap for Frozen 2 because Anna is a little different in Frozen 2 than she's in Frozen 1, and it's like,
yep.
Well, actually, who really owns that version of Anna is Kristen Bell and the writers of Frozen 2, not you.
Yeah, they're so fiercely protective of it, and I think 95% of the time it comes from a good place, because they love it so much. But the good thing about that was that I knew that I was perfectly correct for Anna, and I knew that was my part, and I knew that I was very good in it. That's something I haven't been able to say about, like.
And you were. I loved it. I got the drink with the light up ice cube. I had a blast. I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, they announced that, and they were like, "Oh, and Patti Murin's playing Anna," and I was like, "Duh!"
I know.
Like, this is perfect.
I know. Yeah. And so that helps the like, no, I'm good. So like you can be like, oh, she's too old. And it's like, yeah, I'm too old because I'm not 18 anymore, but I'm seasoned, which makes me a better actor.
Yeah. And we mentioned this in your intro, but thank goodness they had somebody seasoned, because y'all, if you were paying attention, that show is Princess Anna's heavy lifting extravaganza for 2, 3, 4 hours. I don't even know how long the show was, but my goodness, you never, ever, ever stopped.
Yeah.
Was that, did you have to train for that? Did it get easier? What was your experience of going in there and being like, oh, cool, I'm just going to do this for 3 hours straight, and I'm going to be belting the whole time?
You get like 3 minutes off while Elsa sings "Let It Go," and then you're back.
Yeah, and then I get to like shove something in my face, and then they're like, "Intermission, time to get changed." You're like, "Oh god!"
And then they're like, "Oh, also fall off a bridge, belt a high C, run in circle." Like it just never stopped.
Fall in love on stage.
Twice, 2 times. It was sort of like it was one of those things where you're like, "Yep, got it," and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh my god, wait." I'm doing so much right now, so much. And I think generally, obviously from Frozen, Let It Go is the big thing. And so that gets a lot of the attention, a lot of the press, because that's what people know from it. And so that's what they put out there, and I actually sort of enjoyed that at times, because it was like, oh, I'm the one that they're not expecting to care about it all. And so I got to actually win them over instead of them coming in and be like, how's she going to do this? Yeah. And so that was actually kind of nice. It was so much fun. And then what I really, truly appreciated about playing Anna was that I got to interact with every single other member of the cast. There wasn't a single person on stage that I didn't get to see. And because of that, I got to see everyone backstage, the crew, the stage managers, like everybody. And so that's very much me, is to be social and to really want to be a part of things. So when the ensemble had their, dance brush ups and stuff, like I was there. I was there for all the tech rehearsals or the preview rehearsals when they were changing an entire number, because I was part of it. And so that made me really happy, because I like being with people. And that was such a wonderful group of human beings. Like we're still just constantly in touch with each other in a million different ways. And so, so that's what I think I really took away from it, is that I feel like I got to be as Anna, because I encountered so many different characters. I got to see everyone and get to know everybody, like on and off stage. So yeah. And it did get easier. Love's an open door. There were some days that I was like, I think I'm gonna vomit.
Oh my goodness. Well, you guys, thank you.
Thank you.
I know as we've talked about in the last 27 minutes, you are some busy people doing some very, very cool things. So I'm very appreciative that you came to spend some time with us tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Of our pleasure. I can't wait for the album when there's more news for us.
We love breaking news here.
We do. Until then, I'll be over here drinking my wine.
I love that.
And good morning tonight.
Good morning tonight.
Good morning
Cheers.
Good morning tonight.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Patti Murin and Colin Donnell.
And me wine drunk. Oh my god, you guys clocked me in the comments saying I was wine drunk.
And
I
wine
was maybe
drunk Jackie Cox.
I was maybe a little wine drunk.
Well, listen, the point of the segment was the wine, so I think you did it
good.
right.
I I should have brought it with me today. I don't have it with me. I should have brought it.
You have more of it? I finished that bottle. I shared it with my boyfriend, but that bottle is long gone. I got to order a few more.
Oh, well, luckily you can at knockingpointwines.com.
Oh my goodness, I just adore them. And you know what feels very timely that Patti touched upon, and Jackie, I know you touched upon, and I don't want to spend a ton of time on this because we have lots of fun to get to.
We have more show.
We have more show and we have more fun show, but I think it's worth at least mentioning something I admire a lot is Patti's kind of legacy of confronting the internet, which I know not everybody can do. But it's been on my mind as of late. I don't know if you saw, Jackie, but there's a lot of drama going on currently this week, especially with the cast of the UK Drag Race. I know we're all familiar with the franchise. But there's a lot of drama going on with queens who are receiving a lot of hate on the internet. And so much so that it has made them want to either delete or deactivate their accounts. So much so that they feel like they can't interact with the fans that they do want to interact with because of trolling, which just it honestly makes my blood boil. I know Jackie, you've dealt with a lot of it. Do you have, again, I don't want to go too far down this hole, but do you have a 2 cents that you could offer kind of in terms of this world of internet trolling?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because, we want to... It may be a little different in Patti's case where her real connection with her audience is like live on Broadway, 8 times a week where she gets to see them in person and then maybe greet them after the stage door. What's tough for us, especially in this past year, is the only way we can engage with our amazing audiences is through the internet. So what the toughest thing is that there's part of me that wishes I could just not look at any comments, but then I would miss so many amazing... not like compliments, but just like amazing connection with my audience too. So I always go, not back and forth, but I always have to remind myself, like, as much as the things that people say that are hurtful can hurt me, I have to remember that there's so many amazing things that people write. People connect about their personal stories with me and my drag, and I'm sure the same is true for Lawrence. But at the end of the day, the most important thing for any of us to do is take care of our own mental health. And so I'm glad that Lawrence took it into their own hands. And I applaud any queen who wants or needs to take a social media break, because it can be very exhausting, because and everyone watching here, I know, have been so amazing and supportive. Of not just me, but also all of the amazing people that I've gotten to work with. So I see all of you and I thank you. Oh my God, you're all so sweet. And I know what you guys say too, which is that there's nothing to gain from sending hate. But it does hurt sometimes to see it. So I understand why people take those breaks. And
that's fascinating insight. Thank you for that. That's fascinating insight. I hadn't thought about it that way in terms of, especially right now when we're in a pandemic, we do art for the purpose of changing the world. And when you're in a pandemic, you have no choice but to check in with your audience, right? You're not getting immediate feedback. So you have to go to the comments because that's how you find connection. Yeah. And God, that must be so hard. I don't understand why anybody does it. I think there's no place for hate. I also find it strange in this arena because I think a lot of the viewership of Drag Race are queer people. Yeah. And I think most queer people somewhere in their life can identify with the idea of getting otherized or some sort of hate from somebody. So it's like, why would you turn around and wish that on somebody else? But anywho, Patti is an inspiration. If you guys hadn't seen, in 2016, Patti put out a blog post, and I think the title is like, this is either going to make me popular or very unpopular. And she went for the trolls. She did it with a big old smile on her face. And I so admire her. And also, we were talking in the comments about it, but could we love Colin anymore? Like a straight dad in a pride hat. Like, just...
I love it. I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to see them for this little project.
For this secret project. Speaking of the secret project, should we get moving on to we can tell you who our guest is.
We can tell you that much, because our next guest is an award-winning director, writer, and producer who's worked on Broadway hits like Jersey Boys and Billy Crystal's 700 Sundays.
During a worldwide pandemic and a historic Broadway shutdown, she was named one of New York One's New Yorkers of the Week, which I think is a title bestowed upon one by former friend of the show, not former friend of the show, current friend of the show, former guest of the show, Frank DiLella, but we'll have to ask about that. She was named one of the New Yorkers of the Week for her contributions to the New York City arts community, which included, but was certainly not limited to, developing an interactive virtual experience called Speakeasy on Demand, which brought burlesque, cabaret, all sorts of amazing art into your living room and also delivered you cocktails. So this
Delicious.
girl is pretty incredible.
And now she's got another trick up her sleeve. In fact, it's so far up her sleeve that many of the finer details are still top secret. But it's coming, and it may feature a familiar face or two, like mine. So here with breaking news about the upcoming live event, we will be back. Let's welcome to the show, Holly-Anne Devlin. Holly-Anne, cheers. Good morning tonight.
Hi, cheers. I have my 32 ounce glass here.
Delicious.
Listen, I love
honey.
it. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for choosing us as your breaking news.
Ooh.
We're going to hear as much as we possibly can about something very exciting that's going on. But before we get to that, I want to welcome you to the show. You and I are just going to know each other. I spent some of my day looking you up today, and I got to say, you are a very, very impressive woman who has made a lot of stuff happen, even in the face of a pandemic. And we were talking right before we went live about the fact that you've now worked on, in the past year, we're almost at the year of the shutdown mark, you've worked on how many pop-up theatrical experiences?
Yeah, we've done close to 90. Which is wild.
Wow.
We're in the high 80s of these pop-up experiences, and actually, somebody, since you mentioned him, who has come out and been somewhat involved with some of them is Frank DiLella, who I love and adore. Frank and I went to college together way back when, and he actually wasn't. He actually isn't a part of the New Yorker of the Week part of it. That's a different department. So when that happened to me, he was just like over the moon because it was so exciting that I could be on his network. So that was amazing.
I mean, it's a high honor.
Yeah,
we love Frank DiLella here. Obviously, a huge inspiration to me and Michael.
Yeah, we Jackie and I interviewed him once, and we were like, "This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen." That the two of us are interviewing you.
Well, do you want to know a tidbit about Frank? That
Yes, please.
Okay, so and Frank will tell you. I tell this story.
Hot goss. Wait, hold on. Are you telling me that there's more?
Breaking news.
There are two pieces of breaking news about Frank DiLella. One of them that we were just talking about the other night is that he came in back in college. So I was a director, and he was trying to get into the acting program, and he couldn't. We went to Fordham up the street at 60th Street, and he came in and he did a monologue. And apparently, and I don't remember this moment, but he says he really remembers it really well. I just said, wow, you're really, really trying. Like there's some like you're really trying, but you're just really not there yet. And then I asked him to do a side, to do a side for an audition. And
you told him he wasn't there yet.
But then I did this side, and I don't know if you remember Waiting for Guffman, when the guy comes in and he reads the side, and he's like, "You talking to me? You talking to me?" And he's both characters. Frank did that. So he was reading both of the characters, and I had stopped him. I'm like, "You don't have to read, but we'll read one with you." And so we were just, this was like 20 years ago. And so he read both parts, and then I paused him, and then I read with him, and it was hysterical. And so that was.
Oh my God, baby Frank reading both characters in an audition side is actually my entire mood. Like that is.
I'm obsessed. Also, you guys, it gets better. Now he's Frank DiLella.
Now he's Frank DiLella, star of Netflix's The Prom.
Exactly.
Whoa, yeah.
And he was amazing because the first time that he had outside of New York One, the first time that he had lines, in TV was when he was on Smash. And he was himself on Smash, and he had lines on that too. So I was his acting coach for that. He had a couple of lines, and we were just, we were in the studio, and we were just laughing so hard because it was like 20 years before him reading both the things. I died.
Oh so my God, that's so
come
funny.
a long way. Yeah. and I adore him. I love him so much.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, so I'm my face hurts.
I love that hot tea, the hot goss. Well, Michael, your face may also be flushed. So from that wine from earlier this week. And speaking of wine, can we talk about Wine Lovers, the musical?
Oh my gosh, yes. So we have been doing, this is our 16th year of this show, if you can believe it. And the show, we started it in New York off Broadway. We were up at, it used to be called the Triad, which is now stage 777. And it's toured all over the world. It's been on cruise ships. It's been in theme parks. It's been everywhere. It's been seen by over 2.5 million people now.
Wow.
And during the show, you have 6 glasses of wine. And
Jackie, we have to go to this show.
You have to go
I just want to go to the show with you and give you 6 glasses of wine.
Because I'll be so silly.
You guys should be in the show. It's a total blast. It's crazy. It's all this comedy. It's like stand-up comedy.
Holly-Anne, we're available.
We're available. We're very available.
So am I. So I'll bring you.
We'll be doing the Hell's Kitchen Players. We'll be mounting Wine Lovers the musical. It'll be on 4th Street. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Just do that on 10th Avenue. Just but it's so much fun. And the audience, they get 6 glasses of wine, and they have a 7th, which is a secret little drink, and you have it in 65 minutes. So
7 glasses of wine in an hour?
You drink more than a bottle in an hour. So people love it.
That either sounds...
Do they remember it? Do they come back? It's like, I don't remember what happened.
They just love it. They're like, what? Some of the comedy in it, it's just like, it's totally nuts. And it's a blast. And it's been running continuously. And we've done some stuff during the pandemic. And then we've got a bunch of other Boozy shows, like the one you were mentioning, Speakeasy, which is just... it was so much fun. We filmed it in New York, Los Angeles, and Vegas. I was flying around, which was crazy during COVID. At the behind the scenes footage, you see what we were doing. We were the only people on the planes. And we've got some, amazing circus performers and burlesque gals. And it was just a total blast. And so that delivers 10 cocktails to your door. So you get 5 cocktails in an hour.
Yeah.
We just literally be getting people wasted.
Michael, what are we doing wrong? Why don't we give anyone any cocktails during this hour?
We're going to do a new plan where you pre-subscribe to watch Good Morning Tonight, and we send you 2 bottles of Patti and Colin's new wine, 11 o'clock number.
And a mug.
And then you finish it before Jackie and I are done with the show, and you will think we are even funnier than we actually are.
Oh my gosh.
It's totally true. It's a great business model. I mean, we've got a show called Prohibition. We do it. We've got a show called Bottoms Up Brunch, where you drink 6 brunch cocktails, and they're all in 60 minutes. So it's 660. It's pretty fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I've definitely over the years. I mean, we do 2 shows a day. So that means that I'll have the 12, over the course.
Does
You're a hero.
The actors join the audience?
Well, the actors, we've had some moments where accidentally, so like we have these shot glasses that are set on stage for Prohibition.
If my liver can handle this career.
It's insane. And one time the stage manager accidentally switched the audience shots with the actors. So you saw, I was there. It was during a preview on one of the ships, and you saw her go and take it, and you just saw the face, and you were like, "Oh, she just got the bourbon."
Oh my God! Wait, this is like that TikTok thing that's going around where people will put out a tray of shots, and it's like 5 imposters and one imposter and 5 water shots, and you're supposed to guess who it is.
Yeah.
Except
my TikTok has just been exclusively WandaVision, so I have no idea what you're talking about, but I can't wait to see that TikTok. Okay, and speaking of things I can't wait to see, we will be back.
Yes.
What can you tell us, Holly-Anne?
What can I tell you? So we're so I'm speaking on behalf of, all of the organizers, so excited to be bringing fabulous stars like someone on this show, perhaps mixed with Backy Box. That rhymes with.
I've heard of her.
So yes, to be doing a commemoration of Broadway 1 Year Dark. And we feel like it's incredibly important to acknowledge not only the fact that people haven't been able to, feel this massive amount of joy and be attending the theater, but to know that so many people have been, out of work and desperate to get back into what they do and what they love. And we want everybody to be really seen. So it's this wonderful celebration that Times Square Alliance and a variety of organizers, Blake Ross, who's my fabulous partner in crime, we've put together to celebrate artists. And we have some magical numbers. So that's going to be coming up for you, over the course of the next time here, like maybe later in the next, few days. And we're just so thrilled to be bringing people together very safely. The last time that we did a bigger one of these was in October with Bernadette Peters, which was a really exciting time. And this time I'm so thrilled because we just have a brilliant showcase of artists. And one of our other big points of the event is to show our Broadway. So we want our Broadway to be inclusive, to be a safe space for people where we feel like all stories can be told. That's incredibly important to us. And we want to make sure that everybody, they see what reflects their life. So that's going to be everyone who's in attendance. And we're hoping that, other organizers, people that work on Broadway will see what our vision for Broadway is and will continue to move towards that.
And may I say this? I'm not the only potential Drag Race alum who will be joining the festivities. Am I allowed to say who else is maybe joining?
Absolutely, yes.
So fellow Drag Race star and also Broadway star Peppermint will be joining. We will be back. And you guys may, so in addition to tuning in when it's finally announced that you can tune in, which I will let you guys know as soon as we can. But in addition to that, Michael and I may be back there getting some behind the scenes stuff to show you guys as soon as we can as well. So it's gonna be I'm so excited. I'm so excited because it's gonna feature actually quite a few past guests of this show that I've never met in person. So I'm so excited to see them all. I'm excited to kind of come together, and I'll be outside masked. And I believe, can we say that the mask sponsor?
The mask Christian Siriano.
Oh my God.
This is going to be fabulous. And he's just been such a massive supporter of not only the Broadway community, but New York City as a whole, really giving back to healthcare workers. I mean, he was one of the first people to dive in and help with PPE. He said, I think that his tweet was like, you need something, I've got it. Like he tweeted that to the governor on like March, 16th or something. So we're so thrilled that he's involved. And we have, the other thing that's really great is I think the youngest person in the event that's represented as a performer is 19 or 20, and the oldest is 88. And so it's just this fabulous, like you're going to hear from people with all these different life experiences and all these different experiences about what Broadway. And I can talk about a couple of the other people that you're going to hear from. Chita Rivera.
Never heard of her.
Right? I mean, she is just so
Broadway legend.
Oh my God, she's just so magical. And then Tamara Tooney and BD Wong. So we've got Law and Order SVU represented there.
Oh, Tamara Tooney is my jam. You don't know how many times I'm like opening up a box of cereal and I'm like, well, I can see based on the evidence that someone has completely eaten the cereal. The best part about that character, they saddle her with so much ridiculous exposition, and it's always she somehow is able to crack the code in like a way that they don't have time to show on screen. But I swear to you, one time I'm watching SVU, and she's like, well, my child is actually a student at this in this same school district, and I knew on Wednesday they ate ham for lunch, so I can tell based on what the corpse has digested. And I was like, Tamara is really making this make sense, but my gosh, they're really saddling her with some questionable dialogue.
Well, listen, it sounds like you're gonna be able to interview live, and maybe you can get a few acting tips to bring back to Good Morning Tonight.
Oh wait, here's another one. Okay, a victim has a tiger bite, and she's examining the tiger bite, and she says, I think this is a real line of dialogue.
Sure.
She says, it's definitely a tiger bite, but I can't tell if it's Sumatran or Bangalore. Why would a medical examiner know the types of tiger bites?
To know if she's from the Bronx or the Central Park too. I mean, maybe. I mean, and she is. I mean, she's unbelievable. And she was one of the original producers of Spring Awakening.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, she's got this massive Broadway connection, and she's just, I mean, she's amazing. She's been on Law and Order for like 22 years or something wild. And BD Wong too. BD Wong, psychologist Wong. I mean, he's incredible. And I had the pleasure last year of working right before the pandemic of working with BD, and he's amazing. Not only is he fabulous on Law and Order, but he's an unbelievable Broadway performer. He's got a big old voice. He's incredible. So it's gonna be amazing. I wonder if you can do an interview with both of them though in Law and Order mode.
I'll bring my medical examiner outfit.
Jackie,
Just,
I'm gonna pull out those gloves that we were using at the beginning of the pandemic when we thought we should be wearing gloves. It's gonna be great. You guys, it's gonna be so special. I'm gonna show this one more time. And I'll show it again in a few minutes. But don't forget, you follow facebook.com/Times Square NYC because as we mentioned, we can't say much just for safety reasons. We can't say much about when and where this is happening, but we will tell you it's happening soon. I mean, Holly-Anne is our guest this week. So, do the math. It's happening sooner rather than later. You're going to want to be able to see it. And so go ahead and follow that Facebook page because if it's anything like the stuff that Holly-Anne that you've already worked on, it's going to be unbelievable. So I simply can't wait for this.
Yeah, I'm really every day we just hear from more and more people who, even if they're not in New York City, if they had to leave and, they want to be able to watch and tune in and live stream about how much hope this is giving them. So that for us is the biggest thing. It's the hope that it's bringing to the city, that's bringing to Broadway, that it's bringing to the city, and that it's bringing to, you guys touched upon this before, and I'm so glad that you did about the kind of trolling and internet and all that situation, which is really important. Think about what theater does for kids who feel like they don't fit in or kids that are struggling and they haven't had that outlet, And so I do think that a lot of this and seeing, like I said, our Broadway that, extends to kids watching this at home. I'm so excited that they're going to have this moment and this outlet and also to know that what they're watching will be live.
Yeah.
So that's really cool too, because we don't necessarily get a lot of that during the pandemic. So that's a really exciting thing too. So I can't, I'm like, my heart is bursting. I was mentioning to you guys earlier, and I just can't believe that we were listening to some of the recordings today. And I was just, in the middle of the afternoon, just crying. I got onto a Zoom and I was like, mascara streaming down my face. I'm like, oh my God, at 1:30 in the afternoon. So that was wild.
That's when you're really grateful for that touch up my appearance button on Zoom. And you're like,
100%. And then suddenly you have no cheeks left. Like, it's just a big cloud. And you're like, oh wait, I have no.
Filters? Yeah. I'm unfamiliar. I
never heard of it. Oh my goodness.
Well, Holly-Anne,
I think we'll be hearing more from you, I assume, because Jackie and I are planning to cover the heck out of the upcoming festivities. You are a light. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for almost 90 theatrical pop-up endeavors in the past year, for continuing to inspire people, to show us that we are still here, to show us that New York is not dead, to remind us that we will be back. I'm tearing up a little bit. You said that thing about younger theater kids, and I'm like tearing up already. But I can't wait for this event, and we are just so in awe of you and the work you're doing, and it means a lot that you came to spend some time with us tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you also, I've got to mention one last thing is that I love that we all, we all live in a neighborhood that is so supportive of what we're doing. And I think that that's really important. And I hope that this event will also extend beyond the theater district and beyond our neighborhood to all of New York City, to really understand that this is the moment that we've got to come together to keep pushing forward. So that's really my biggest hope for us, which I know it will happen, and there will be many tears. Everybody bring a lot of tissues. And we asked for extra Siriano masks just in case we get them, so we get a little fun.
I mean, Jackie won't be wearing any makeup, but I might have a little foundation on. I might get on my mask, just in case I'm crying,
Fair face, yes. We'll all be fair face.
So au natural. Holly-Anne, we adore you. Good morning tonight, my dear. Cheers.
Tonight.
Thank you for joining us. Oh
my goodness. You guys, one last time, make sure you are following them on Facebook, because like I said, we can't give too much away.
We can't.
Again, for safety reasons, because it is a pandemic, but it's coming. It's coming sooner rather than later, and when it does come, you're hopefully going to be just as excited to see it as we are.
We're very excited. We're very excited, and we'll flash it underneath us one more time. Make sure to follow all of our special guests from tonight: Patti Murin Colin Donnell, and at Miss Holly-Anne, at Miss Holly A, scrolling below us. In addition to our three fabulous guests, there are three fabulous shows on this network. They're up in the atrium right now. You can see we have the 5:30 Quarantini coming up this Thursday. You guys are back.
We're back.
Back Thursday.
We are back, and our guest is the very, very impressive and talented Krista Rodriguez, who's joining us for a happy hour.
So much fun. I'm not gonna lie. I was moved to tears seeing her performance in Spring Awakening. Of course, loved her in Smash. It's gonna be a Kiki. And then Monday, come back and play a round of empty trivia with Christopher and Kevin Metzger-Timson, and that's at 9 p.m. And then we'll be back on Tuesday with another Good Morning Tonight. We have Bobby Conti Thornton, and more surprises from the thing that we're gonna be at.
Yeah, the thing that we're going to be at. Guys, do the math. We're giving you all of the clues. Pick them up and get excited. Some things come in. Until next time, you guys, thank you for tuning in. We love you. Holly-Anne touched on this a little bit, but what a blessing it's been to have a little creative space and to be able, Jackie, I know it's been a gift for us to be able to do this. And we also adore all of you who tune in every week. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for keeping art going. And speaking of art, Jackie, there's this show on Disney Plus.
I should check it out.
You'd like. It's called WandaVision. I think you'd enjoy it.
I'll give it a try.
We'll see you next week. We love you all. Have a good one.
Good morning tonight. Good morning tonight. We've got something cooking and it's looking good. We got something cooking, and who knew we could? We're bringing you Broadway each and every Tuesday. Usually, but it's groovy and fun for me and for you.
For you.
Together, 1 + 1 is more than 2. Good morning tonight. Good morning tonight. Till theater's back, hey, we'll be here every Tuesday, talking Broadway and fun. It's you and it's me.